Over the last few years, we've all gotten a pretty intense lesson in what it's like to fight an enemy we can't even see. But that whole fight also uncovered a kind of new superpower we have, the ability to make the invisible visible. And I'm not just talking about with microscopes, I'm talking about with data. Today, we're going to explore just how massive this data revolution is and how it's literally changing, well, everything.
I mean, think about it. It's the ultimate challenge, right? How do you fight something like that? We're talking about a microscopic pathogen millions of times smaller than a tiny grain of sand, and yet it can bring the entire world to a grinding halt. So seriously, where do you even start?
Well, the answer, of course, begins with science. For centuries, really, our first line of defense has always been to build tools that basically extend our own senses. Tools that can drag these hidden threats kicking and screaming out of the shadows and into the light, so we can finally see what we're actually up against.
Okay, so before we jump into all the cool solutions, let's first get a handle on what we're really dealing with here. Because to figure out how to fight back, you got to understand the nature of the threat itself.
So, right at the heart of this whole challenge are pathogens. These tiny organisms like viruses and bacteria. And they spread in all sorts of ways. Some of them, they just give you a common cold. But others have this terrifying ability to travel the globe basically at the speed of a jet plane and blow up into these full-blown pandemics that, threaten every single one of us.
All right, so to fight this, science has come up with this really incredible toolkit of diagnostic tests. And you can think of each one as a different kind of detective. Let's take a look at the three main ways we can now spot one of these invisible intruders once it's inside our bodies.
And what's so brilliant about this is that each test is designed to answer a totally different question. You've got the PCR test. That's kind of like the super thorough detective, the one looking for the virus's unique genetic fingerprint. It's incredibly accurate. Then there's the antigen test. That's your rapid responder, the one that gets you an answer in minutes by looking for specific proteins from the virus. And finally, you have the antibody test. Think of this one as the historian. It's not looking for the virus itself, but for your body's immune response, to see if you fought this thing off in the past.
And, the technology is absolutely not standing still. Scientists are now working on the nanoscale, which is just mind-bogglingly small, creating these tiny biosensors that could be even faster and more sensitive than anything we have now. The dream, really, is to get the best of both worlds, the lightning speed of an antigen test, but with the pinpoint accuracy of a PCR.
Now, all of this is amazing for reacting to an infection after it's already happened. But here's a thought. What if we could go beyond just reacting? What if we could actually start predicting? Imagine if we could see where the virus was headed before it even got there. And that's where this whole story takes a really fascinating turn.
And that turn, that massive leap from reacting to predicting, is powered by one of the most transformative ideas of our era, big data. This is the moment we go from just seeing the virus to actually anticipating its next move.
So what exactly is big data? Well, to put it simply, it's this colossal, ever-growing ocean of digital information that we're all creating every single day. But here's the catch. An ocean of data is pretty useless if you don't have a map. And that's where artificial intelligence, or AI, comes into the picture. AI is like this super powerful sonar system. It pings that massive ocean of data and reveals these hidden currents, these powerful patterns that no human being could ever hope to spot on their own. And just like that, we can start to predict the future.
Okay, so how does this actually work during a pandemic? Well, first, by looking at anonymized mobile data, officials can get a sense of how people are moving around, and they can start to identify potential hotspots. Next, AI models can just gobble up all that data and start to forecast the most likely ways the virus is going to spread. And finally, by constantly sequencing the virus's genetic code, scientists can track how it's mutating in real time. It's all about trying to stay one step ahead of its next move.
Okay, and here's the part that's truly mind-bending. Those exact same principles we use to track a virus, collecting huge amounts of data and looking for patterns, it's not just for pandemics anymore. Not even close. This data revolution is now quietly but completely reshaping almost every single corner of our daily lives.
Yeah. From the watch you're wearing on your wrist to the traffic lights in your city, the basic logic is exactly the same. Collect the data, analyze it for patterns, and then use those insights to make smarter decisions. I mean, just think about your own health for a second. That smartwatch on your wrist, it's not just a watch, right? It's a non-stop data collection machine, tracking your heart rate, your sleep patterns, your stress levels. It creates this constant stream of personal data that helps you understand your own well-being. But now imagine that on a massive scale. When you analyze millions of these data streams together, you can start to predict health risks for entire populations. All right, now let's zoom out a bit from your own body to the city you live in. Guess what? The exact same logic applies. Our cities are basically becoming these massive data networks. You've got real-time traffic analyses that reroute you around a traffic jam you didn't even know was there. You've got smart grids that are balancing energy demand literally second by second. And you've got predictive models that use weather data to warn us about things like floods long before they actually happen.
And believe me, the applications are just everywhere you look. The same kind of powerful data analysis that helps speed up vaccine development, it's the very same engine that's recommending what you should watch next on your favorite streaming service. It's even in our food. Smart farming uses sensor data to grow more food with less waste, optimizing absolutely everything from water to fertilizer.
But, and this is a really big but, all of this power, this ability to see and predict, it comes with a catch. This new data-driven world we're building isn't just sunshine and roses. It is also absolutely loaded with risk. And we really need to talk about the other side of this coin.
So here it is, here's the crucial trade-off we're all facing. On one side, you've got the incredible promise of a smarter, healthier, way more efficient world. But on the other side, you've got the very real danger of total privacy invasion, of algorithms that have hidden biases we don't even understand, and the scary concentration of all our personal data in the hands of just a few massive companies.
And so all of this leaves us with what might be the defining question of our time. We've managed to unlock this incredible new tool, right? The power to see the invisible and to predict the future. The challenge now, our challenge, is to figure out how to use it wisely. How do we make sure that the amazing benefits are shared by everyone and that the risks are managed for all of us? Because how we answer that question, that is going to define the world we build next.